All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Or actually, what am I talking about? Good evening. Late Night Crypto Talk, Bitcoin, Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Welcome, welcome. First up on is LaShayna Robinson. We just saw LaShayna have a new superstar on the team out of Philly named Sean Robinson. There's that last name again. It's all over the place. It's in my family. My mother's maiden name, Cheryl Robinson, Laverta Robinson, Patricia Robinson, Jesse Lee Robinson. You got Darnell Abram, welcome from the OKC. Mathus from Maryland. Marty from Victoria, Texas. Denisha from North Carolina. Mohammed, what's going on, Mohammed? Gerald Gardner. Renee from Hawaii. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday so far. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be discussing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to go into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Choose your vehicle, make a decision, and take action. And most importantly, remain focused. Do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can get you distracted. You can't be a part of everything. While this may not guarantee you success, it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. And you're right, Buffoons, and realize this is my second Crypto Talk plus KGX and Fast Start training. I've been doing a whole lot with a 1 hour sleep, but I just woke up from a nap, so I'm good to go. I'll be up late tonight. All right, let's go ahead and get started, but first I must turn on the screen share. Share screen. And we are going to start with international news coming to you out of Nigeria. Been a productive day as far as learning some stuff. I hope you guys have been, if those of you that's been plugging in the whole time. In fact, it just popped up. The training from earlier is ready. So let me hit the publish button. Those that missed this KGX Saturday training, it is ready to go. All right. And one more thing I need to do here. Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria organizes seminar to teach accountants about the blockchain. Now, how cool is that? Because what do we talk about all the time? Or I talk about all the time. Where are the women? Where are the women in crypto? With blockchain adoption and implementation spreading fast across Africa, several professionals are shifting their attention towards it. With this in mind, the Society of Women Accountants, I love it, Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria, called SWAN, that's cool, SWAN, has organized a seminar to enlighten its members about the potential future impact of the blockchain on the accounting profession. While some may conclude that they can stay clear of the blockchain in their field, accountants are arguably not one of them. That's true. And no, you know what? So, while some may conclude they can steer clear of the blockchain, that's false. You may conclude that, but that's not reality. The blockchain is going to disrupt every single major industry on the planet. Nobody is safe. I don't care what you do, what area of expertise you're in. If you don't adapt to the blockchain, you will become obsolete. But the second part is true. Accountants definitely are not going to be able to ignore and stay clear of the blockchain. An entire new field for them is opening up. Accountants, people that's doing your taxes. So President and CEO of CPA.com, Eric Asbjørnsen, stated, blockchain is just the next in a long line of transformations within the accounting world. What's really happened is the accountant and auditor's role has just evolved. And what's the main thing of an accountant? Count money. That's the whole point. The accountant is about counting people's money. That's why banks aren't going to be able to stay clear of this. But Diana Townsend sent me something. I saw it right when I woke up. And it's something that Robert Kiyosaki said. And I'm going to kind of read this quote. Because it's about, do I care about crypto and Bitcoin? And he said, there is so much disinformation that it is hard for anyone to know anything about this new asset. But this is what cryptocurrencies are, assets. And assets put money in your pocket. So yeah, better learn about crypto. Says, crypto is what the airplane was in the 1930s, what rock and roll was in the 1950s, what the internet was in the 1980s, what the smartphone was or is in the 2000s. In other words, crypto is one of the biggest, most innovative movements we may ever see in our lifetime. And that's simply because crypto is going to change money. That's so powerful, and I read it. I will be including it in my Bitcoin boot camps. That's how powerful that is. Crypto is going to change money. And if you need money to survive, do you think this is something you're going to be able to ignore? I don't think so. So going by a report recently released by the World Economic Forum, it has been predicted that 10% of global GDP will be stored on blockchain-related technology by 2025. In order to take full advantage of this technology when the time comes, the Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria has reportedly organized a workshop for its members with the theme Contemporary Issues in Financial Technology and Taxation, the Role of Professional Accountants. Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria President Alhaji commended the seminar and highlighted that technology is vital in upgrading the accountancy profession. It is imperative to deploy technology in tax assessments and collection system in Nigeria, with budget deficits characterizing Nigeria's fiscal management system in the last few years. Experts and economic watchers have been in search of viable alternatives to reverse this not too encouraging development. The chairperson of the Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria said, "We have a lot of people talking about it, but here we have professionals to talk to them in a language they will understand. The importance of blockchain technology. Let them understand what it is all about so that they can make informed decisions when they hear about it. They can also authoritatively talk about it. We need to know whether our investment in that area is safe or not." That's good. So the women in Nigeria are stepping up. The accountants, that is. Darnell, you need that quote, and I'm gonna post it on Facebook later on for everybody to see. So you'll get that quote. But that's a powerful quote that Robert Kiyosaki, he gets it. He understands. And I know he's thinking this because I thought the same thing when he wrote the book. What's the name of the book? Not Think and Grow Rich. I'm sorry, I didn't write that. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's the one after that, The Business of the 21st Century. Something like that. He didn't think about the blockchain. He didn't think about crypto. But it's making everything he talked about happen much, much faster. All right, next article up. Bitcoin is close to bottoming out. Bitcoin is close to bottoming out. Bogart, a partner at Blockchain Capital, believes the top-ranked cryptocurrency will soon begin to manifest another bull run based on the many recent positive developments occurring in the industry. An approaching future Bitcoin bonfire. In an interview with CNBC on Friday, Bogart said that Bitcoin would recover once it bottoms out, commenting on the impending BTC bottom. Bogart noted, "We're down about 70% from our highs, so I think that Bitcoin is close to bottoming, and so is the rest of the market." When asked about the prolonged sideways BTC price action, despite the raft of positive developments in the industry, Bogart drew parallels to the last year's bull run by saying, this article seems familiar. I think I've covered this article before. "Towards the end of last year, when we were in the peak of this bull market, bad news seemed to have no effect on the markets. Now we are seeing the other side of that. When we have a week of news with TD, Rick Edelman, and Yale, it has almost no effect on price." That's true because, ladies and gentlemen, the market is being manipulated. You would think news like I read about Yale this morning, the market would react. So in the whole of third quarter 2018, the top-ranked cryptocurrency traded in tight ranges, reaching its peak price of $8,400 in late July. Most of August and September was spent in the mid-6,000s. Also, BTC has set consecutive lower monthly highs and higher monthly lows, signaling narrowing price volatility. Some experts believe this prolonged sideways price action will lead to a price breakout. For Bogart, this breakout will be in the upward direction. And during the interview, he described the many positive developments as piece of kindle that will ignite the next cryptocurrency bonfire. Bitcoin above $10,000 before the end of the year. In a follow-up tweet posted on Friday, also Bogart predicted that BTC would end the year trading above $10,000. At the time of writing this article, BTC price is $6,600. Bogart's price prediction seems to be in keeping with the consensus among institutional investors regarding the prospect of Bitcoin. In a recent study by Fundstrat Global Advisors, the majority of the institutional investors surveyed said that BTC would exceed $15,000 by the end of 2019. For Bitcoin enthusiasts, the fourth quarter might bring with it the start of another significant price rally, as has been the case in recent years. However, Rob Slimer of Fundstrat believes a few more months are still required to recover from 2018's decline before any significant bull run can emerge. And here's exactly why I state, everybody wants to own at least one full Bitcoin, not just for the fact that you're going to be a status symbol in the next couple of years, because not everybody in the world can own one whole Bitcoin. In fact, if you have all the Bitcoin wallets that are open right now, not every single wallet can own one full Bitcoin. That's right now. So I would suggest, I can't give you advice, while the price is low, own and control one full Bitcoin at $6,600. Because if these guys are true, what they say is true, you will at least double your money by the end of the year. So how would you like to double your investment by the end of the year? If what they're saying is true, then buy one full Bitcoin now, and the next 3 months you just doubled your money. That's another way to look at it, right? That seems sensible, but here's what I think is going to take place. It's like a rubber band. When you pull a rubber band in one direction, eventually you're going to have to release it. And what happens if you're holding that rubber band back for a long period and you keep building that resistance and you let go, it's going to snap in the opposite direction, and it's going to snap very, very fast. That's what's about to happen. This market has been held back right now for more than 9 months. And when the snapback happens, it's going to happen fast, and it's going to blow your head away. We saw what happened last year in November and December. It seemed like every 2 days, it was gaining an extra $1,000 growth. Be prepared, get ready for it. 80% of Americans are aware of Bitcoin. Now, this is huge news for me because I've been tracking this since last year. Last year, when I started doing crypto talks, it was less than 40% of Americans that were aware of Bitcoin, less than 6% owned any crypto, and 0.5% even knew what it was. That was a year ago. About 6 months ago, an article came out that said more than 60% of Americans are aware of Bitcoin. Not crypto, but the word Bitcoin. Why? Well, it started having, some mass media. Fox Business News started talking about it. Bloomberg started talking about it. It did reach almost 20,000 in December, which got major news. It was on Ellen DeGeneres, Ellen talking about it. When Ashton Kutcher gave, $4 million worth of Ripple away to her charity. It was on The Big Bang Theory. It was mentioned on a movie called Superfly this summer, where the drug dealers moved all their money into crypto. There's a movie coming out called Crypto. I think it's starring Kurt Russell. So it started to be in the media. So now we're at a point where 80% of Americans are aware of Bitcoin. Millennials are more optimistic about the chances of cryptocurrency being widely accepted, and nearly half of who think this would prefer using cryptocurrency over the US dollar, according to a recently conducted consumer survey on awareness of and attitudes about crypto. Nearly 80% of Americans, 79% to be exact, are aware of at least one type of cryptocurrency, according to the study by YouGov Omnibus, a research firm that conducts online nationwide surveys. Bitcoin leads the field in terms of awareness, with 71% of participants recognizing it by name. We've already had President Clinton come out and say something about it. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer said something about it. U.S. congressmen are writing letters to the SEC to calm down and leave it alone. Just wait till you hear Donald Trump actually say Bitcoin on national media. Vladimir Putin's talking about it every day. Just wait till the U.S. president also does so. So the next closest contender, Ethereum, garnered 13% recognition. The survey, which was fielded on August 29th and 30th, listed 16 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash, Dash, Ripple, Monero, Cardano, Stellar, Neo, EOS, NEM, Dogecoin, Mid-Season Safecoin. What? Mid-Season Safecoin? Lisk and StorageCoin X. Who in the world? All right. Do you ever want to be challenged or challenge somebody who runs their mouth to saying they know crypto? Ask them, name all the crypto coins you know of. You guys, since you're listening to me every day, this should be no problem. We're always looking at the coin market cap. You should be able to list off by memory at least the top 10. At least, if not the top 20. I bought me some more Tron today, by the way. I read that article this morning. Yeah, I'm strong on Tron for 2019. And it's not just because Pornhub picked them up. Dash, but listen to these. Look at this. These are the top 20. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar, Litecoin, Tether, Cardano, Monero, IOTA, Tron, Dash, Binance Coin, Neo, Ethereum Classic, it's dropping. NEM, Tezos, VeChain, Dogecoin. And then he goes on, Zcash has really dropped. Bitcoin Gold, Omise Gold, Maker, Bitcoin Ontology, Lisk, Decred, Ox, blah, 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 blah. You should know these coins, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, you should have already read all the white papers by now, at least for the top 10. But mid-season Safecoin? I have heard of Safecoin. I don't know much about it. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. Cryptocurrency awareness was higher among men than women for nearly all types of cryptocurrencies mentioned. 27% of women were unfamiliar with any cryptocurrency compared to 16% of men. Ladies, where the ladies at? More than a third, 36% of all respondents said they believe cryptocurrencies will become widely accepted for legal purchases in the next 10 years. Millennials, more than any age group, were more likely to believe this, 44%, compared to 34% of Gen Xers and 29% of baby boomers. Baby boomers. A nearly equal number, 34%, said cryptocurrencies are not likely to be widely accepted in 10 years. Wrong. You are going to be on the wrong side of history, 34%ers. But look at the baby boomers. 29% of the baby boomers believe in it. That's almost 70% of baby boomers have no idea what's going on. And they should be on this first. You want to know why? They're reaching their retirement age. Retirement age right now, baby boomers. My dad just retired a couple of years ago after 43 years with the same company. How rare is that? He started off washing cars for the company because they had a hiring policy against minorities. You couldn't get a job just because of the color of the skin, to becoming the CEO of that company, which they call general manager. Yet, 97% of all Americans will retire broke, dependent on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. 97%. This is a government statistic. And their answer is, we need to increase the retirement age to 72. Why? Because they know most people, when they retire, die within 2 years. In 2008, the financial crisis showed us that there's no more 401k, no more savings, no more life insurance, no more Social Security, or Social Security is a joke. Your house is a liability and not an asset. You don't actually own the home you live in. So you'd think that group would be the first to be on crypto. They're starting to wake up a bit. Every time I visit my parents, my dad's starting to ask a little bit more questions. His best friend was over the other day asking some questions, asking me if I can come by the house and do a special crypto talk for his partners. Starting to wake up. You're going to need to wake up by necessity, not by choice, baby boomers. So millennials are more likely to use crypto than the dollar. Among those believing cryptocurrencies will become more accepted, millennials are nearly evenly split between using cryptocurrency in place of U.S. fiat, 48%, and not doing so at 50%. This makes them the most likely group to use cryptocurrencies in place of the U.S. dollar. More than a third, 36% of all respondents who think cryptocurrencies will become more accepted said they would be more likely to use a cryptocurrency in place of U.S. fiat. The majority, 57%, however, said they would not choose to use cryptocurrency over the U.S. dollar. For now, that's all going to change soon. Usage remains low. A hefty 87% of those who are aware of Bitcoin have not used it in any way. Nearly half, 49% of those who are aware of it, said they were glad not to have purchased it and have no plans to do so. 15% said they regretted not buying Bitcoin at an earlier time, but think that time has passed. People 35 to 54 years of age were more likely to express this sentiment, as 21% of them said they wish they had purchased Bitcoin, compared to 11% of those 55 years of age and older. The perception of cryptocurrencies used for illicit activities continues to cloud the way many people view it. And that's a lie right there. I mean, well, it's true there, what they believe, but believing in a lie is what's taking place. What's the lie? Less than 0.5% of all crypto transactions has anything to do with illegal activity. Less than 0.5%. Yet the media, the government, the banks want you to believe that it's all about illegal activity. And if you get involved in it, you're doing something illegal. That's false perception. So the perception of cryptocurrencies used for illicit activity continues to cloud the way many people view it. A quarter of the survey respondents said they believe cryptocurrencies are more often used for illegal purchases, compared to 17% who think they are more often used for legal purchases, and 19% who say they are used both legally and illegally. And it's just common sense. 99% of all illegal activity is being used with the U.S. dollar. Should we dump the U.S. dollar now because it's being used for money laundering? I read an article the other day where a bank, what bank was that? The bank admitted to over $240 billion of illegal money laundering fraud activity within the bank in 1 year. That's bigger than the entire crypto market cap. Bank fraud. Really? The 2008 financial crisis was caused by the banks. Yeah, you wanna tell us, oh yeah, crypto's a scam and illegal activity. You know what I got to say about that. Go sit down somewhere with that crap. Hispanic Americans more often believe cryptocurrencies are used for legal purchases. That's interesting. So Hispanic Americans are up on this more than everybody else. And that is why we do crypto boot camps. That is why we have KGX. Our entire goal is to bring crypto awareness to the masses and not only make you aware of it, but educate you on it so that you don't miss out. Because no matter what you think or believe, this is happening anyway, and the millionaires and billionaires are not going to be left out. Not only do they know more than you, they have more resources to invest in it than you do. But every single individual alive today, regardless of your skin color, regardless of the language you speak, regardless of whether you're a male or female, regardless of what country you were born in, what family you were born in, your economic status, your education level, is all irrelevant. It all comes down to this. Do you have access to a cell phone and the internet, and do you have a willingness to learn? That's it. That is it. And there is no barrier of entry. You can literally take $5 and flip it into $1 million in the crypto space. How? You need to know what you're doing. I flipped $30 into 6 figures in 4 months. I read an article about a guy that took 2 dimes and flipped 2 dimes into over $800,000 in less than a year in crypto. If you know what you're doing. And that's what education comes into play. So that's it for Late Night Crypto Talk. I'm really impressed by that quote by Robert Kiyosaki. I'm going to do something special about that later because it's really sticking to me, and I'm going to memorize it. So with that, I hope you guys have a great evening. I will be back tomorrow morning, depending on the news, for early morning crypto talk. Thank you guys for listening in. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.